Is it okay to be honest about your body count? Girls always ask me this, and here's the truth. Men of quality and men that respect women would never ask you such a personal question.
Translating. Translation complete. Ladies will say that a man should not judge a woman based on the mistakes she made in the past. But any good investor knows the history of a company you invest in can negatively impact your overall investment in the future. How is it that ladies want to know how tall the man is or what kind of career the man has? Yet, when a man wants to know her history to make a good decision on a partner, it means he's insecure. This shaming tactic to lower a man's standard, it's quite hypocritical.
He ain't lying.
Hey, we may not actually know the actual count of the bodies, but there's tendencies and ways that men can tell. Men have their own intuition. We call it mentuition. And we can tell when a woman, by her tendencies, has a lot of bodies in general. So we may never really know the real number, but with those tendencies, with that reckless behavior you had in the past, it's always going to rear its ugly head, most likely later on. If a guy that, you know, you completely put the mask on for and masqueraded around like, you know, this good woman, then those tendencies are just going to come out one way or another. It's up to the guy to defer to his authority or let you walk all over him and him fold.
What kind of world do we live in where a normal, regular girl cannot find just a regular guy out here to date? Because these guys don't want a real woman. They want a fantasy. They want to live in this fake fantasy world. They would rather jack off to some screen, to some robot, rather than actually deal with a real human being and what comes with that. You know why? Because it's easier. And I am done.
Saying I want a strong man who's gonna lead, who's got his shit together, who isn't in his feelings. But then on the other hand, you're like, but I also want him to let me hang out with my guy friends.
Well, let me ask you this. Why does a man, you know, not wanting you to hang out with a guy friend equate to a strong man? Why does that make him a strong man?
Why do I need a leash?
Well, it depends. Do you want him hanging out with women when you're not
I
there?
didn't care if he communicated.
Yeah.
Okay, I hear what you're saying, but I pay attention to what women do, not what they say. So, if you say, I'm fine with my boyfriend going off and hanging out with his girl who's a friend, it doesn't bother me. What I'm hearing is, that's not a guy you really want. That's not a guy that you're actually into, who really like...
Maybe you're speaking for yourself, but for me, that's not what happened. You know, I loved him. I wanted a whole future with him.
But not enough to not hang out with the guy friends.
Now she's not completely yours.
How do you ensure that he's showing me?
You can't. That's her decision.
What you mean you can't?
Nah, I agree with that.
I feel like as a man, you know when a woman is really invested in you.
No, you don't.
Versus, why?
No, you don't. And that's what men be scared of. Because once you get into that space where you think you know that, and then some bad shit happen, and it catch you completely off guard, that shit can ruin your life.
But you don't
Men
feel like...
have you noticed men don't bounce back from hard breakups?
Yeah.
Oh, they really don't.
It ain't like, if like once they go through like, not if you just fucking with somebody and you know what I mean, and passing, but if a man been like a real long-term relationship, he don't just leave that motherfucker and go jump to some new shit and be happy.
Yeah.
Not unless he been unhappy for a real long time, but if that nigga was happy at some point and then she completely switched the program, that shit fucking nigga up.
It does, especially when you like spend so much time, effort, and you have responsibility over the woman. And that's every man's trial and tribulation when he's in a relationship. Or, you know, because guys, we always look for the woman to never change, but the woman always looks to change the man. And if the man doesn't change, her feelings change. So, yeah, there's never really one solid way you can ensure that a woman is your own woman, because the old saying, man, you just can't help but to bring it up, but it's so true. She's not your girl. It's just your turn.
So you're telling me this man drives a Honda Civic, lives with not one, but 2 roommates, and he shops at Walmart, and you are stressed about him because he didn't text you back? Babe, stop. Just go to date.com and find yourself a rich guy, okay? There's only rich guys on there, I'm telling you.
What dumb advice. Like, this is ridiculous. Women give out terrible advice every single time. Yeah, go on there, look for a rich guy, go on these dating websites, call a hotline number, be like, Miss Cleo, calling me now. Like, this is ridiculous. No, if it was so prominent and it worked so well, you wouldn't be on here. You would be talking about your guy, and your guy would be telling you, get your ass off of TikTok, and you need to come help me with this business or whatever. Talk about rich guys. You can't even attract a rich guy.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here.
Okay, so I'm going to say it because nobody else will say it. If you're a guy and you rather hang out with the homeboys rather than be home with like a bad bitch, you know, like a home-cooked meal on the table, movie day, da-da-da-da-da. If you rather be with the homeboys at night to go get drinks and stuff like that, you're on the DL. In my book, you're on the DL. I don't care.
So you're single?
Single.
Fellas, if you dating a girl and you finally decide to go around her family and ain't nothing but women, that's your sign to run. Okay? Her mama don't got no man. Her grandma don't got no man. Her great-grandma don't got no man. The aunties don't got no man. The friends don't got no man. Nobody, the guy's sister don't got no man. The best friends don't got no man. Ain't nothing but women. Run. Don't stick around and get her pregnant because them women got mouths on them. Don't no men want to be bothered with them. Nobody got no man. Why would you stay? Your fault, goofy.
You know what? Sometimes guys do get really like thrown off because they want the box. And they tend to forget if they're going to take that girl serious or if she's going to add value after the sex, you need to really look at her family members. Look at the women in the family. Are they married? Do they have a man? And if they don't have a man, 9 times out of 10, they're passing those tendencies over to that young woman that you are trying to stick. So shout out to her, man. A breath of fresh air. A woman, a black woman at that, just actually speaking sense, seeing things for what they are and identifying them with no problems, with no being strapped down to the sisterhood. Finally, for once. But that's all I got for today. See you guys all in the next video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I got to get back up to cooking this content that you guys love. Bounty Villains up, Mastodon's down. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Get your passport. Deuces.
If one of us eat, then we all ball. Sip coladas out in Cancun. Please stop praying for my downfall. It ain't coming no time soon. From the concrete, a little bitty rose grew.